Thank you so much for joining me today for Mercury Retrograde, our group repatterning. It is going to be a great time, and I promise to make it super valuable for you and myself, as well as we were talking about earlier. I do want to take a quick minute to really honor everyone who's on the call. And also, actually, for everyone that registered, whether you're participating live or you're going to participate through watching the recording later. This really shows me that you are ready to delve deeply, to make it real, step into changes, get real about transformation right here and right now. So make sure that you stay on until the end of the call, and I will let you know how you can take the work that we do today, take the next step with working with me, and take what we do today, take it further for yourself on your personal journey. So thank you all for being here. And my name is Teri Bybee, and I have business Women Who Risk. And Kaylin and I have been working together. Gosh, Kaylin, I was trying to figure it out, like 20
It's
years.
over 15 years now.
Yeah, between
Over
15 and 20 years.
I mean, we've known each other 20 years, but I think we
Yeah.
started doing this about 15 years ago.
So
Yeah.
Mercury retrograde is my gift to the community. And just as I was chatting with Kaylin about earlier, a big part of it is that I know I need it. And so me supporting you supports me. So thank you all for being here and participating. And I'm going to invite Kaylin to tell us a little bit about what's going on in the skies.
Oh, thank you, Terry. And I just love that we've been doing this now. We used to do it monthly, I think, and then we went to the quarterly. And then we might have taken a little break for a little while because our lives got complicated and it was and then we've been doing it now for the Mercury retrogrades for the last few years
Mm-hmm.
again.
Yep.
So a little bit of the timeline there for people that are interested in that. So Mercury retrograde, one of the things I really like to emphasize is a lot of times people are like, ooh, Mercury retrograde, I gotta, run and hide, or things are gonna get bad, or it's gonna be really challenging, or not a good time. And uh, in some ways, it's not a good time to push forward because Mercury's moving back. But it's moving back to deepen and to go more inner. And so it can be a really powerful time for that. And if you have creative projects, it's not a great time to start things, but it is a great time to finish or further things that are already in progress. And one of the sort of images I like to use is it's like pulling an arrow back on a bow. You're pulling it away from the target. You're going deeper into, so you can really bring it alive in a way that is something that you wouldn't be doing if you just kept pushing forward. So that's the gift of Mercury retrograde. This Mercury retrograde's in Leo, and it's starting on July 17th, but we feel it often quite a bit before it actually goes retrograde because it starts slowing down and then before it actually stops and heads the other direction. And literally just know that Mercury is not going backwards in the sky, but from our perspective, it looks like Mercury's going backward in the sky. And so it has an impact on us and how we feel and how we're experiencing it. And in Leo, it is all about our sovereignty, our self-love, how healthy self-love, because it's not the narcissistic, look at how great I am, and you need to tell me how great I am aspect of Leo. It is really coming from that place of sovereignty, shining your own light, and then really inspiring others to shine their light too. It's like I have a lot of Leo on my chart, Leo, midheaven, Jupiter, Pluto. I want to shine with everybody. I don't want to shine by myself. So I really like to have people shine with me. And I think that is the healthiest expression. And for a long time, I didn't want to shine at all. I just wanted to be in the shadow. Yeah. And I've gotten over that. I'm much more out there and visible these days. But it was absolutely terrifying for a long time. And so it's really an opportunity to deepen our ability to really truly love who we are and to get that our biggest gift to the world right now is the fact that we showed up. and we're here and we're holding that space of love because that's what's transforming the world. So I feel like Mercury retrograde in Leo is really deepening that process. And what's in the way? Is there anything still in the way of us really feeling that? And the other thing that's happening with this retrograde is on July 17th, when it goes retrograde, it's at 15 degrees Leo. And that's significant because it's at the cross quarter point. So Mercury doesn't, it goes retrograde in Leo every 6 or 7 years. Not every, it's not all the time. It's just every 6 or 7 years. And at 15, it doesn't do it that often at 15 Leo. So at that cross quarter point, meaning that it's the exact halfway point when the sun reaches 15 Leo in August every year. It's the halfway point between the June solstice and the September equinox. So that 15 Leo point is a between point. It's between two seasons. It's the exact middle point of these two seasons. So that feels significant that this is where Mercury is going retrograde and that we can really also connect into that powerful place between this and that, between, now and then, I guess, or between whatever it might be. And so there's high magic that can be connected to that 15-degree Leo mark. And the sun usually reaches that degree around August 7. Sometimes late on the 6th, depending on your time zone, sometimes late on the 7th, but depending on your time zone and when that happens. But that's around the time that it reaches that point every year. And Mercury will still be retrograde when that happens. It goes direct, I think, August 11. And that's also a significant date because that's the day that Venus and Jupiter are going to be together in the morning sky at 14 Cancer with the star, the magical star Sirius. And so Mercury's going to be being activated at that point as well. So pretty cool stuff that's going on.
Yeah, very
So it's
cool.
all about self-love, healthy self-love. Yes.
And I'm just going to make a quick comment with what you said about on your chart, because Leo is my ascendant, my moon, my sun, and there's another one. Can't think of it right now. And considering the fact that I am an introvert, and I too played it small for a really long time. It takes a lot to own what you've come in to be, doesn't it? So
Yeah. Yeah, and when we do, it's a gift.
mhm.
I have people tell me all the time how much they appreciate all that I've been sharing and how I'm showing up and how I'm inspiring them. So I'm like, I'm living my Leo. Yay, finally.
Yay. Well, Kaylin, I know that you have to step off, so
Yeah,
really appreciate your time here with us. Thanks for showing up.
thank you. Of course. How could I miss that? All right. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great session, and I'll be feeling the energy as I'm preparing for visit from family. So
Thank you.
bye.
All right. So I just wanted to take a moment for those of you that are new to share a little bit, see, about resonance repatterning. So resonance repatterning is an energy psychology. It works with quantum physics. It's all about our actual resonance, whatever we're vibrating with at for. So basically, if you have things in your life, good, bad, or indifferent, they're in your life because that's where your resonance is. So with resonance repatterning, we are actually looking at how we can change our resonance at the DNA level to change our lives, move those things out that we don't want in our lives anymore, and attract those things in that we do. Now, this particular resonance repatterning for this group is specific to Mercury retrograde and Mercury retrograde in Leo. So I did proffer a couple of questions for you all to respond to or think about, and they will be part of the session. And one of the things that I recommend for those that are not, oops, I have somebody to admit, those that are not speaking for the group is that you, even though you've got your mute on, it helps you to participate at a level that's a slightly different if you actually do repeat the statement. It keeps you present is the big thing, because when we're doing this energy work, it's easy to kind of start floating outside of your body. So Joya and I will be very present because we're going to be doing a lot of the talking, and there will be opportunities that you will get a chance to also participate, answering questions, etc. So all that having been said, Joya, do I have your permission to muscle check for you and through you, the group?
Yes.
All right. And would you go ahead and speak? Once again, I want to make sure I can hear you well.
Okay. Can you hear me well?
Can you turn, is there any way, let me make sure that my volume's all the way up before I ask you to turn yours up. Mine's low. Go ahead and say something again.
Okay. How's this?
Yeah, that's much better when I turn up my volume. All right. So for the group's highest and best, we're going to start with, and I showed you the mandala to show that it's a non-linear process. So we'll go wherever the group energy takes us. So I don't drive the bus. I'm like the tour guide. You all, as a group, are driving the bus. So we're going to start with orientation, problems, and we're starting with intentions today. We need to actually hear something from the summary. We don't. We're going to start with the intentions that we gathered with the question I asked. Yes. And just as a reminder, the question that I asked was, how will you connect to healthy self-love to envision it, feel it, and co-create our emerging reality of peace and plenty for all? So I got a lot of great responses. I'm just going to go through the list and check to see which ones are key for our transformation today. So we need something here. We do. We need this, 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 this. These can be checked together. All right, here we go. Say Joya. So Joya. And again, you all can repeat as well. You'll just do it behind the mute button. All right, Joya, say, I push. Hold on. Oh, I ended up with a problem statement in my intentions. Interesting. So let me see how I make this an intention. All right. Say, I access and experience my emotions.
I access and experience my emotions.
And that is on. Doing a little quick note here. So we are not resonating with that right now. Say, I live more in the present moment.
I live more in the present moment.
From my heart wisdom.
From my heart wisdom.
That is always available.
That is always available.
And that is off. So it's just saying we're not resonating in the moment, which is what we expect, because all statements that are coming up for us are statements that are ready to shift. So intentions to come in, problems to move out. Right? We need something more here. We do. We need this, 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 this. Say, I stay positive.
I stay positive.
Off for the moment. And so one of the ways people are going to do it, I loved this one. Say, meditation and parties.
Meditation and parties.
That's off. We want both sides of the coin. All right. We need something more here. We do. We need this, 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 this. Say self-care and positive thoughts.
Self-care and positive thoughts.
That is off. We need something more. We need this, 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 this. Say, I embrace radical self-love practices.
I embrace radical self-love practices.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
And that is off. We need something more. We need this, 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 this. Say compassion.
Compassion.
Off for the moment. Something more. We need this, 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 this. Say time in nature.
Time in nature.
That's actually on, umbilically off. So that when we get an umbilical, it indicates that there's an unconscious thing that's getting in the way of that intention. In Kansas City, it might be the heat. So helping us to move through those unconscious things so that we can move on. All right, we need something more here. We need this, 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 this. Say prayer.
Prayer.
That is off. And in this last set, something more. Yes, we need this, 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 this. this. Say, I eat healthy foods.
I eat healthy foods.
And that is off. All right. So that was all the statements from the intentions that were set in that we are utilizing today for our transformation. They were key for our transformation. Let me just check to see, we need to list something more as far as intentions? Not right now. We need something more in this section. We do. We need something from B, from C, from D. Oh, we're going to dive deeply right here at the beginning. I am going to ask you all to participate with some answers. I'm writing out a little prep statement here that we're going to fill in the blanks of. So in the meantime, I'll ask the question, think about it, raise your hand. And I don't know if there's a way for me to just unmute all of you since I muted you all. Ask all to unmute. Okay. So it's made available so that if you have an answer to this question, I'll let you know when I'm ready, but then you can share. So the question is, what is the vision you want to live by for the rest of your life? So think about that for a moment. What is the vision you want to live by for the rest of your life? And I'll let you know when I'm ready to take answers. Okay. So the question, what is the vision you want to live by for the rest of your life? And if you do have an answer, it's helpful if you can click the little raise. Oh, I see. Now I know I'm going to say your name wrong. Is it Jyoti? Okay, first you'll have to unmute yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm unmuted now. You're close, GOT, but you know,
GOT.
it's a hard one, so it's okay.
All right. So, and when it comes to these answers, we want to keep them fairly succinct, because I think you got a couple of new people. So, what is the vision you want to live by for the rest of your life?
I am love, wisdom, and power together in perfect action.
Okay, hold on. You said love, wisdom, and power?
Yes.
And perfect action. All right. And as you all are experiencing, I have to write all this stuff down so we can come back to it. All right. Thank you, GOD. Did I say it right that time?
Yes. Perfect.
All right. Who else? Who else has an answer? What do you want to, now I've lost my question. What is the vision you want to live by for the rest of your life? I'm going to add one. Choosing love, compassion, and happiness. Anyone else? Sherry?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, good. I was trying to find the raise hand. I'm just on a phone.
That's okay.
Vision for the rest of my life. Be a beacon of peace, contribute to love and creativity toward better life.
Okay, hold on. Got it. All right, who else?
Aloha, this is Maheshi.
Hi, Maheshi.
Living in the present moment, being genuine, gentle, generous, and grateful.
Okay, I'm going to ask everyone to slow down just a little bit because I am behind. Well, I'm not a fast writer. So living in the present moment, give me the rest.
Being genuine, gentle, generous, and grateful.
Lots of good G's there. All right. Thank you, Maheshi. Anyone else? And you can just speak up, unmute yourself and speak up. You don't have to raise your hand. Okay, Whitney, I see that you put it in text. When possible, if y'all would speak up, that way I know I won't miss it. Oh, somebody's in the waiting room. Hold on, let me make sure I met them. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay,
I
loving compassion.
grabbed it. Thank you. I appreciate you speaking out though. Anyone else?
I enjoy good health.
Got it. Thank you, Cindy.
An endless flow of passive income for myself and others.
Thank you, Tyson. Got it. All right. I'll take a couple more if y'all haven't. What is the vision you want to live by for the rest of your life? Anyone else? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone again. Oh, Joya, did I mute you? Let me unmute you. All right. So we have a nice list, and I want y'all to know that even if yours may not come up as a primary of what is needed, what is key for our transformation, your statement's in the energy of the field. So don't feel like it's being discounted at all. So looking at this list, we got a nice list here. There are primary or primaries. Yes. It's this, it's this, it's this. Oops. It's this, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this. Interesting. Okay. So one out of all those came up as the one we need for today's statement. All right. So Joya, you'll be saying aloud. Everyone else will say it behind their mute button. Say, I live my vision of loving compassion.
I live my vision of loving compassion.
And I make sure that my intentions
And I make sure that my intentions
are always aligned with my vision.
are always aligned with my vision.
We're actually on for that umbilically off. So again, an unconscious one coming up. Unconscious block. All right. And I loved everybody's. And those are the words, those are the two words we needed for today. So let's see, we need something more here.
Teri,
Yes,
this is Ashley. Could you just repeat that again?
I can, but I want to, and I'm going to do it this once, but I want y'all to know, don't be worried about really holding these things. It's all about the energy. But the statement is, I live my vision of loving compassion, and I make sure that my intentions are always aligned with my vision. All right. So let's see. We need something more in this section. We do. We need something from B, from C. There's a daily empowerment intention needed. What that's telling us is that there's something we can do on a daily basis that will literally empower us. And so let's find out what that is. So I always think of this as an extra little gift that you receive. So the daily empowerment intention, there are 14 categories. For the group today, we're looking at 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is transitions. Transitions. And there are 3 different ones. So the one we're working with today, it's 1, it's 2, it's 3. All right, I got to check something. This is not, okay. We'll have a sip of water. Joya, if you have water or something handy, would you take a sip as well? I've been feeling the energy of Mercury retrograde for about a week now. So it's playing with me right now. So I'm going to double check this. So for the group, the category we need is 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, it is transitions. Of these three, it's one. It's okay. All right, here we go. Writing out the statement. Oh, and I do want to just mention, Mahisha, don't forget that we are actually going to be sending out the recording afterwards too. So if you want to go back for any of that information, I do suggest that you really only concentrate on the positive or coherent statements, so that you don't, get bogged down, reactivate the negative. Wish I'd remembered to say that earlier, but here we are. Okay, here, got it written out. So our daily empowerment intention around transition is a pause for centering. So Joya, say the statement with me. I take a pause for centering.
I take a pause for centering.
To recenter myself.
To recenter myself.
Whenever I'm making a transition.
Whenever I'm making a transition.
From one activity to another.
From one activity to another.
And we're off for that. And that a pause for centering is very, very simple from the standpoint of literally, you're going to take a moment, take a break, not rushing from one thing to another. Center yourself in your heart, center yourself in your compassion, however you want to center yourself, ground yourself before moving to the next thing. Next project, next meeting, next event, next task that you have in your household chores, perhaps. All right. So transitions and a pause for centering to help us. Okay. All right. We need anything more from this section? We do not. We need something from this section, from this. We're going to look at the commitment that's needed. All right. We need something from A, from B. We need to be 100% committed. And do we need to specify a specific intention? Nope. So it's working with all of them. Okay. And for the group, we need all these options. No, we need this, 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 this. This, this, this. This, this. All right. So everyone can say, I am 100% committed to manifesting these intentions.
I am 100% committed to manifesting these intentions.
With integrity and love.
With integrity and love.
And I accept the divine plan for my life.
And I accept the divine plan for my life.
We are on for that. Umbilically off. All right. We need something from C. We need something from E. We do not. We need anything more from intentions. We do not. So welcome to those that are continuing to join. I did not intend to set up a waiting room, but Mercury in retrograde. All right, here we go. What we're looking at next, something from orientation. Yes. So we're looking at orientation. We need something from the summary. Orientation to self is needed. We need something from A, B, C. This is about being present. And for the group, we need all of these. No, we need this, 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 this. All right. So say I am and your full name.
I am Joya Powers.
100% present emotionally here and now.
100% present emotionally here and now.
And that is off. All right. We need something more in this section. Yes, we need something from D, E, F. This is about faith. This is our child aspect. No, it's the adult. We need to know the age. We don't. All right. And it's through me as the practitioner, through resonance repatterning, through something other. No. All right. Say my adult aspect has faith.
My adult aspect has faith.
I can receive help through resonance repatterning.
I can receive help through resonance repatterning.
And that is off. Okay. That was F. Need something more here? Nope. Oops. All right, for the group, we need something from C. So we're going to also look at orientation to others. We need A, we need B. All right, so we pulse together for trust and understanding.
We pulse together for trust and understanding,
Bonding with love.
bonding with love,
And attaining a higher state of vitality and joy.
and attaining a higher state of vitality and joy.
And that is all. We need something from C, from D. Orientation to time is needed. We need A, yes. All right, say I am anchored in the present and in my body.
I am anchored in the present and in my body.
So I move with focused attention toward my purpose.
So I move with focused attention toward my purpose
And what is energizing, coherent, and life-giving.
and what is energizing, coherent, and life-giving.
And that is off. We need something from B. We need any other statements from orientation. We do not. We need an orientation modality at this time. We do not. Back to the mandala. Another quick sip of water. All right. So we've done intentions and orientation. We need something now from problems into opportunities. All right. Something from the summary? No. So we're going to start with the problems everyone sent in. Yes. So the question I asked to help bring out the problem statements to work with today is, what disconnects you from your remembrance that you are an okay, let's start again. What disconnects you from your again, just can't say it, remembrance that you are an aspect of the divine in physical form and blocks your genuine self-love. Maybe I'm struggling with this one today. I don't know. All right. So with these statements, let's see. We need something here. Yes, we need this, 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 this. Say, my ego.
My ego.
We are on for that getting in the way. Say, severe hypnosis and trauma from ritualistic abuse.
Severe hypnosis and trauma from ritualistic abuse.
That's it. Kind of a heavy one. I felt that really deeply in my heart. So if you feel it too, just remember to breathe. Oh, actually, that brings up something else as well for the group. So sometimes these may not sound like yours, and they may not be on a conscious level, or they may not be from this lifetime, but know that there's something for you in it, even if it's not, well, especially if it's not your statement, right? But there's something there for you. So know that anything that comes up in the group energy is going to benefit you in some way, even if it's not obvious. All right. We need something more here. We need something from this. Say fear.
Fear.
We are on for that. Something here. We need this, this, this. Say self-sacrifice.
Self-sacrifice.
That is on. Something here. We need this, 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 this. Say ignorance and conceptualization.
Ignorance and conceptualization.
That is on. Something here. We need this, 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 this. Say collective fear.
Collective fear.
That is on. All right. We need something more here. Yes, we need this, this, this. Say, I forget connection to the divine.
I forget connection to the divine.
That is on. Something more. We need this, 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 this. Say patriarchal conditioning and shadow.
Patriarchal conditioning and shadow.
That says that I am not ready yet.
That says that I am not ready yet.
That is on. We need something more here. We do. We need this, 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 this. Say the dross and necessities of the world.
The dross of the necessities of the world.
Pull me away from and down, pull me away from.
Pull me away from.
And drown out my true self.
And drown out my true self.
That is on. Okay, we need something more here. We need this, 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 this. Say, well, I'm just going to say it the way I've got it jotted down because I didn't. We're just going to say less perfect as the years go by.
Less perfect as the years go by.
That is on. Sometimes when they're parts of statements, it's like, okay, I'm not sure what that means, but we don't have to. We don't have to, because in this, again, we're working with the energy and the words just help carry the energy. All right. So in this group, there's something more. We need this, 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 this. All right. Say physical illness.
Physical illness.
That is on. Say belief, I have to be better or perfect.
Belief, I have to be better or perfect.
That is on. All right. We had a lot that we wanted to work with there. Excellent. And there's something more we need to know. All right. So we're still looking at identifying areas around the problem. So there's something more we need here. Yes. We need this, 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 this. We're going to identify a related area of stress. Okay. So I have a list of stress factors. There's 25 here. So for the group, it's something 1 to 10. It's 1 to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And we have some options here. So there's 3 options. We need more than one. We don't. So it's this one. Okay. All right, Joya, say issues with procrastination.
Issues with procrastination.
That is on. Okay. We need something more in identifying the problem. We do. FGH. Habit, behavior, shock, addiction. All right. This is another one that I'm going to ask all to unmute so that you can participate. And the question, writing out my little prep statement, is what addiction needs to be identified that's in some way related to the problems that we've stated? What addiction?
Addiction to worry.
Okay.
Addiction to figuring it out.
Okay, hold on. Got it. What else?
Sugar.
Got it. Okay.
Trying to control everything.
Yeah, I don't represent that one at all. Okay, what else?
Lack of clarity.
Got it. What else?
Needing to have all the answers.
Got it.
Waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Got it. Oops.
The excitement at the beginning of the new.
I'm going to just check, and we're going to look at that from a problem statement perspective. Okay. Okay. Need a list more? We do. What else? What addiction needs to be identified that's in some way related to these problems for you?
Thinking.
Thinking? Is that what you said?
Overthinking.
Overthinking? Got it. Well, writing. Then I'm going to tell you I've got it. Got it. All right. We need to listen more.
The need for approval.
I didn't catch that. Say it again.
The need for approval.
Okay. All right. So we need to list more? We do not. All right. We've got a great list here. So let's just check. For the group today in this session, we need all of these. We don't. So we need this, 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 this. So 2 came up as primary. They can be checked together. They can. All right. And this order works? It does. Okay. All right. Say, and I'm going to mute everybody again. So Joya, you'll have to unmute yourself. Okay. So say, I am addicted to the excitement of the new. Say, I'm addicted to the excitement of the new.
I'm addicted to the excitement of the new.
And need for approval.
And need for approval.
We are on for that. Those are 2 interesting ones to come together, I mean. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that was the addiction. We need something for C. We're going to identify the opportunity that the problem offers. We need A, acceptance and gratitude is needed. So we need all of these options as the group? No. So we need this, 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 this. All right, say, I totally accept the present challenging situation.
I totally accept the present challenging situation.
Free of fear.
Free of fear.
I am grateful for the growth this challenge offers me.
I am grateful for the growth this challenge offers me.
We are on for that umbilically off. Okay. We need something from B. We do not. We need something more from this section. Yes, we need C, D, E, F, G. We're going to identify the strength that is needed. You all are really wanting to play, so we are playing today. And when I say play, I'm just saying you want to have your say. All right, so the question for the group: what inner strength or positive quality do you need that will help you handle the problems we brought up? Inner strength or positive quality that will help you with the problems.
Trust.
Trust. Got it.
Courage.
Got it.
More self-esteem.
Got it.
Confidence.
I heard 2 people talk. I think I heard one thing. I think it was confidence.
Yes.
Okay. And somebody else also said something?
I said hope.
Hope. Got it.
Belief.
Belief. Got it. Anyone else?
Patience.
Got it. I'm adding compassion. It's really on my radar right now. We need to list more. There's something more out there, y'all. What inner strength or positive quality do you need that will help you handle the problem?
Faith and acceptance.
Faith. Acceptance. Got it? I'm adding self-love since we are in Leo. All right. We need to list something more? We don't. Okay. So I'm muting everyone again. All right. Joya. Let's see. First, let me check. We need all of these right now? We do. Okay. That's a big one. So we are ready for a lot, is what that's saying, is that we're ready to delve deeply. We're ready to transform on a major level. So yay. All right. So let's see. Let me make sure my statement makes sense. Yep. All right. Say, I have trust.
I have trust,
Courage.
courage,
Self-esteem.
self-esteem,
Confidence.
confidence,
Hope.
hope,
Belief.
belief,
Patience.
patience,
Compassion.
compassion,
Faith.
faith,
Acceptance.
acceptance,
And self-love.
and self-love.
All right. I felt somebody's heart, and maybe multiple, and my own as well, heart drop. It might feel a little heavy, but the good news is at the end of the session, it's just going to feel good. All right. There's something more we need here. Yes, it's HI. So we're going to identify the brain structure and brain wave needed for optimal body-brain functioning. All right. So there are 7 here. So the one we're going to concentrate on today for the group is something 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3. It's GABA. GABA. And I couldn't tell you if it's an acronym or what it stands for, but I'm going to tell you how it's going to help us. Okay. I'm writing out the statement. So as for the group, we need all of these options. No, we need this. 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 Okay, so we're 2 things. All right, say GABA allows me.
GABA allows me
To feel very calm.
to feel very calm.
And decrease beta brain waves.
And decrease beta brain waves.
And we're off for that. And I had a little note with the beta brain waves. So beta brain waves spike during stressful situations. So this will be decreasing that. Okay.
If you're interested, I can tell you what GABA is.
If you can do it quickly.
Sure, GABA is the chief inhibitory neurotransmitter in the developmentally mature mammalian central nervous system. Its principal role is reducing neuronal excitability throughout the nervous system. Thank you.
Thank you. It's one of those things, I'm sure I looked it up a long time ago, and now I just trust the system. So thanks for sharing that with us. All right, so let me check something. We need a color for this. Nope. We need something more for this. Nope, that was what we needed. I think we got the little bit extra right there. All right, so let's see. We need something more from this section. We're also going to identify the brain structure and brain wave needed. Okay. So first, we need to know which area of the brain. So it's the cerebral, it's the limbic brain, so the feeling brain. And there's 7 areas. Specifically, we're going to work with 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3. The hypothalamus. Okay. We need to hear about it. We do. So the hypothalamus manufactures the peptides that initiate our emotional reactions and thoughts. In addition, it is the major control center for maintaining balance throughout the brain and body and for regulating endocrine function. The hypothalamus, whose function is strongly related to light, generates the chemical messengers for the entire body and affects every organ and tissue. It controls the autonomic nervous system and regulates appetite, thirst, sleep, wakefulness, blood sugar levels, body temperature, heart rate, blood pressure, chemical and hormonal balance, sex drive and function, the immune system, and metabolism. It does just a little bit there, doesn't it? The hypothalamus acts like a bridge between our body and brain. Although it is tiny, its effect is far-reaching. a single dysfunction can create serious problems. A nerve from the eyes that has nothing to do with seeing goes directly to the hypothalamus. This nerve is probably involved with the input of photons or light frequencies to the hypothalamus. Photons are said to be the most important nutrient of the body. All right, and then we have a statement I'm going to write out for this. Writing. Almost there. All right, here we go. All right, Joya. Say, I take in light.
I take in light.
And I radiate light to every cell.
And I radiate light to every cell.
I maintain balance with health.
I maintain balance with health.
By producing peptides of coherent thought and emotion.
By producing peptides of coherent thought and emotion.
And that's off for the moment. All right. Okay, so that was I. We need something from J. We need something from D. We need anything more from problems and opportunities. We do not. Right back to the mandala. All right. So for the group's highest and best, we have looked at all these. We actually want something from a repatterning. And I have about 50 here. So let's see which one we're going to work with. That's all right, Wendy. Do what you got to do. You'll have the recording later that you can listen to if you need more. And actually just makes me think of a separate little comment. This is all about the energy. You don't have to remember anything. You don't have to memorize anything. I trust and know that you're going to get everything you need from it. And you can listen to the recording or you can not. It's all up to you. All right. So for the group, the repatterning we need is something from primary, from unconscious, from chakra. It's one of the chakra repatternings. I've got 4. So it's 1, it's 2, it's 3. It's the sound frequency repatterning. Okay. So the group needs to hear something from the introduction? Yes. So every thought, emotional, physical organ and tissue down to the smallest cellular structure has its own frequency pattern. When you function optimally and feel fully alive, your frequency patterns are coherent. When you have pain, poor health, dis-ease, or don't feel fully alive and vibrant, you know that your frequency patterns are non-coherent or out of sync in some way. And we are dealing with the vibrational patterns. It could be the frequency or note, the octave of a note, the amplitude of a note, the harmonics, or intervals. When you experience disharmony, it may be that your note or fundamental frequency is out of tune, or your note may be vibrating at an octave that is too high or too low, or the amplitude of your note may be too powerful or lacks power, or the harmonic pattern may be harmonious, one or more of the may be disharmonious, one or more of the harmonics are too loud or too soft. If your overall pattern is disharmonious or out of sync, you will resonate with negative beliefs, thoughts, and feelings. When you are in harmony or in sync, you feel positive even in the face of challenging circumstances. You have confidence in yourself, you do what you love and love what you do. You resonate with what is positive and life affirming. All right. So getting into the repatterning itself, we need to identify a additional problems for this part of the repatterning? No. Okay, so we're going to identify that disharmonious note associated to the problems we've already stated. It's C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F. It's F sharp. It's this exact number. It is. Is there a dot and a number after? Nope. Okay. So we're checking the disharmonious note of F sharp associated to our problems. So Joya, say 369 cycles per second.
369 cycles per second.
All right, we are on for that disharmonious note right now. We need something from D. So we're going to look at the vertebrae that's involved with the non-coherence. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So of the 5 different areas of the vertebrae, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're looking at the thoracic vertebrae. That's associated to the air chakra, by the way. And it's T1 through 12. So the one specifically we're working on is T1 through 5, 6 through 10, 6, 7, 8. T8 so T8 is associated with lowered resistance. All right, so there's 3 different statements. The one we need today, it's 1, it's 2, it's 3. Okay, say, I am no good.
I am no good.
Off of that, but umbilically on. So that might be an unconscious belief we aren't even aware of. Okay. We need something from E. We do. We're going to identify the physical system involved with the disharmonious sound frequency of the problem. All right. So checking for the primary system involved, there's 13 here for the group. It's 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6, 7. The reproductive system. Okay. We're going to look for the specifics of the reproductive system. Writing out my prep statement. Okay, so there's 4 different areas that are mentioned for the reproductive. So what we're going to work with is this. Sexual organs. All right. Say disharmony in my sexual organs.
Disharmony in my sexual organs.
Relating to my reproductive system.
Relating to my reproductive system.
We are on for that. And actually the other 3, I was just realizing the other 3 are very specific for the female body or the masculine body. So maybe that's why we went with the sexual organs for the group. Okay, we need something from F. We don't. We need something from G. We do. Okay, so I am going to check for this. This is about the birth note. And I realize with the many of us that are on that I'm not going to be able to find one that we all have. So I'm going to check to see which note we most need. So we have, all right, so I look, yeah, are we going to work with the note of F sharp? No. All right, so it's the note of C, C sharp, note of D, D. So we're going to work with the note of D sharp, which is actually from the birth range is June 22nd to July 21st. So maybe that's part of the reason, because we're kind of right in the middle of that. So we're going to use the birth note of D sharp. We're going to check for the non-coherent quality. There are 4 here. So the one we're looking at, it's 1, it's 2, it's 3. And there are 2 different options. We need them both. We need the first, we need the second. All right. Say, I don't listen.
I don't listen.
We are on for that. We're also going to identify the coherent quality. There are three. It's one, it's two. Say, I am in touch with my feelings.
I am in touch with my feelings.
We are off for that. Okay, let's see where we're going next. Okay, I want to check. Let's see. Let me look at this. So it's D sharp and F sharp. D sharp and F sharp. Nope, they're not related. Okay. So we are going to look at the coherent response to the opportunity of the problem that we found for F sharp. Let's see. Writing out the statement. So the statement, say, I see the opportunity in difficult situations.
I see the opportunity in difficult situations.
We are on for that, umbilically off. F sharp's also associated to lymphatics. Okay. Need something from J. We're going to identify the coherent octave of the opportunity of the note. Need something from here, from here. From here, from here. Right. We're in the spectrum, looking at the spectrum. So this octave of the 8, it's 1 to 4, it's 1, 2. Microwaves. Microwaves vibrate at 1 billion to 100 billion cycles per second. We need to specify that? No. Okay. So just say, let me make sure I got saying my statement correctly here. Writing out the statement. All right. Say we are checking the note of D sharp.
We are checking the note of D sharp.
And its coherent octave range of microwaves.
And its coherent octave range of microwaves.
We are off for that. Okay. This is a very interesting session. We need something from K. So we're going to identify the brainwave that's needed to bring the frequencies back into sync. So it's beta, alpha, theta, it's delta. And in 1 to 4 cycles per second, it's 1, it's 2 cycles per second. And delta brainwave is deeply meditative. It's peaceful superconscious, beyond the pain threshold, and occurring in deep sleep states. All right, so we're checking the delta brainwave, say 2 cycles per second.
2 cycles per second.
We're on for that, umbilically off. Okay, we need something from B. No. We need to identify the planetary correlations associated. We do. All right, so we need more than one? No, so we need A through D, E through H, E, F, G, H. We're dealing with Uranus. the Uranus frequency. Okay. So we're going to look at the non-coherence. There's 7 here for the group. It's 1 to 4. It's 1. It's 2. And there are several options. We need more than one? No. So it's this. All right. Say, I am prone to watch stopping.
I am prone to watch stopping.
That was an interesting one. I don't know that that's come up in the 20 years that I've been doing that. That's such an interesting one. Okay.
What
So
is watch stopping?
stopping the watch, literally. Because of your frequency, your honest frequency. All right. So we also need the coherent. And actually, I said that, and that is the literal, right? But there may be something else. So if you get a different image, if you get a different thought, know it's yours and own it. It's okay. All right. Coherent correlation of the 4. We need 1, 2, 3. All right. Say, I channel higher frequencies of energy
I channel higher frequencies of energy
that bring change and breakthroughs for myself and others.
that bring change and breakthroughs for myself and others.
And that is off. Okay. All right. We need something from M. We do. So we're going to identify the harmonic interval needed for self-healing in relation to the problems. And there are 32. So the one that we need is something 1 to 10, 1 to 5, 6 is the 6th harmonic, which is the interval of the 5th for those of you that are musically educated. All right. And then we have a fill in the blank. I'm going to see if I can get it. And if not, I'll ask the group. Is it healthy self-love? It is. All right. Say, I changed my mental attitude.
I changed my mental attitude
Toward healthy self-love.
for healthy self-love.
Toward.
Or toward. I changed my mental attitude toward healthy self-love.
We are on for that, umbilically off. We've had a lot of umbilicals come up today as well, which just means we're dealing with those things that have been blocking us unconsciously, that no matter how hard we work, it flatlines that effort. So it seems like we're getting nowhere, no matter how hard we work. So I kind of love when umbilicals do come up. All right. We need something from N. Oh. All right. So we're going to look at the intention that's associated to the 5th. I'm going to write that out. Just imagine the silence if you were listening on the phone with no visual available back in the day when Kaylin and I started all this. We just did conference calls. All right. Say, I expand with joy and creativity.
I expand with joy and creativity.
Moving my energy outward into space.
Moving my energy outward into space.
To stimulate growth and positive change.
To stimulate growth and positive change.
And we are off for that. Okay, that brought us to the end of that repatterning. So let me just check something. There's something more we need as far as statements. No. So we are ready for a modality. We are. Is it a sound modality? It is. Since we're dealing with frequencies, sound frequencies, let's see. And I have 17 different ones. So the one the group needs today is something 1 to 5. It's 1, 2, 3. It's toning. Okay, so let's see if we need any instructions on toning. All right, first I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So toning is another ancient and powerful option for spiraling up. Dr. Alfred Tomatis discovered that high-frequency vocal sounds recharge the brain through direct bone conduction as well as externally through the ears. Toning of notes has been shown in photographs by author Fabian Maman to destroy cancer cells and enhance the vibrancy of healthy red blood cells. Toning has a positive effect not only on the physical body, but also on the mind and feelings. All right, so we need a specific note? No. We need a specific vowel? No. We need a specific or particular area of the body? No. Visual field? No. Color? Oh, color, yes, we need a color. Okay, so of these 12, we need 1 to 5, we need 1, 2. We are looking at red, orange, or orange, red. Yeah, either one. So thinking about that color, what we're going to do. So we are going to close our eyes. We're going to visualize it. I've already checked. We need anything more with it. We do not. So if you are challenged at all with visualizing, just say in your brain, red, orange, because your brain is so amazing that it will get the color, get the frequency that we're looking for, and it will start working with it. So closing the eyes, visualizing red, orange, and I will muscle check to see when the group is complete with this visualization of red, orange. So eyes closed, visualizing red, orange, and you can say it if it's not seeming to show behind your mind's eye. Oh, and we're toning. So toning, almost forgot that. And if you all want to unmute, feel free to. If you want to do it behind your mute, that's fine, because it's going to be whatever the sound is, and it's going to be perfect. So toning while visualizing red, orange. All right, so here we go. Ooh, ah, ah. All right, I'm checking that's complete. Just be with that for a moment. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, but just notice your body, your biofeedback, physically, mentally, emotionally. See, heard, felt. And when you are ready, open your eyes, come on back. And what did you notice with toning while visualizing red, orange? What, if anything? And nothing is okay. Anyone want to share?
For me, it felt good. I wanted to keep going.
Excellent.
I had visions of the great central sun.
Oh, cool. All right. For myself, it was interesting because I kept hearing the imperfection of my tone and decided I could live with that. So, yeah, being able to live with my imperfections is pretty powerful for me. Yeah. All right. Anything else? Anyone else?
I felt my shoulders relax.
Nice.
It felt good.
Very nice. All right. One more opportunity. Anyone else? Okay.
It felt very easy.
Oh, nice. Okay. Little ease and grace in the day is a nice thing. I added the grace. I like the grace with the ease. All right. So let me just check. There's another modality needed for the group. No, that was it. So now we're going to go back and we're going to recheck our statements and see the shift that we've created in this session. We're going to start at the beginning. We are. Okay. So we started with our intentions that I'd gathered through the questions I'd asked. And we're going to just go through those. So here we go, Joya. So everyone else, if you can make sure you're muted, and I can help with that. All right. And feel free to say it behind the mute button. So Joya, say, I access and experience my emotions.
I access and experience my emotions.
That is on. Say, I live more in the present moment.
I live more in the present moment.
From my heart wisdom.
From my heart wisdom.
That is always available.
That is always available.
That is on. Say, I stay positive.
I stay positive.
That is on. Say, meditation and parties.
Meditation and parties.
That is on. Say, self-care and positive thoughts.
Self-care and positive thoughts.
Nice, strong on. Say, I embrace radical self-love practices.
I embrace radical self-love practices.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
That is on. Say, compassion.
Compassion.
On. This one's umbilical. Say, time in nature.
Time in nature.
We are on for that even at the unconscious level now. Say, prayer.
Prayer.
On. Say, I eat healthy foods.
I eat healthy foods.
That is on. All right. And then we got our vision here. This one was also umbilical. Say, I live my love. I live my vision of loving compassion.
I live my vision of loving compassion.
And I make sure that my intentions.
And I make sure that my intentions.
Are always aligned with my vision.
Are always aligned with my vision.
It is umbilically on. All right. And then we had our daily empowerment intention around transitions. Say, I take a pause for centering.
I take a pause for centering.
To recenter myself.
To recenter myself.
Whenever I'm making a transition.
Whenever I am making a transition.
From one activity to another.
From one activity to another.
That is on. This one is also umbilical. Say, I am 100% committed to manifesting these intentions.
I am 100% committed to manifesting these intentions.
With integrity and love.
With integrity and love.
And I accept the divine plan for my life.
And I accept the divine plan for my life.
That is umbilically on. Then we move to orientation. Say, I am and your full name.
I am Joya Powers.
100% present emotionally here and now.
100% present emotionally here and now.
That is on. Say, my adult aspect has faith.
My adult aspect has faith.
I can receive help through resonance repatterning.
I can receive help through resonance repatterning.
That is on. Say, we pulse together for love and understanding.
We pulse together for love and understanding.
But hold on, I think I said that wrong. Hold on. That one I thought I knew and I only wrote down a word. We pulse together for trust and understanding,
We pulse together for trust and understanding,
bonding with love,
bonding with love,
and attaining a higher state of vitality and joy.
and attaining a higher state of vitality and joy.
That is on. All right. Say, I am anchored in the present and in my body.
I am anchored in the present and in my body.
So I move with focused attention toward my purpose
So I move with focused attention toward my purpose
and what is energizing, coherent, and life-giving.
and what is energizing, coherent, and life-giving.
That is a nice strong on. All right. And then we move to the problem statements that I gathered from you all. And so these were the things that disconnected us from that, to that inner divinity, that love. Say, my ego.
My ego.
Cleared. Say, severe hypnosis and trauma from ritualistic abuse.
Severe hypnosis and trauma from ritualistic abuse.
Cleared. Say, fear.
Fear.
Cleared. Self-sacrifice.
Self-sacrifice.
Cleared. Ignorance and conceptualization.
Ignorance and conceptualization.
Cleared. Collective fear.
Collective fear.
Cleared. Say, I forget connection to the divine.
I forget connection to the divine.
Cleared. Patriarchal conditioning and shadow.
Patriarchal conditioning and shadow.
That says I am not ready yet.
That says I am not ready yet.
Cleared. The dross and necessities of the world.
The dross and necessities of the world.
Pull me away from and drown out my true self.
Pull me away from and drown out my true self.
Cleared. Less perfect as the years go by.
Less perfect as the years go by.
Cleared. Say physical illness.
Physical illness.
Cleared. Say belief I have to be better or perfect.
Belief I have to be better or perfect.
Cleared. Okay, those were the problem statements. All right. And then we had an additional stress factor, say issues with procrastination.
Issues with procrastination.
Cleared. All right, and then our addiction, say I am addicted to excitement of the new.
I am addicted to excitement of the new.
And need for approval.
And need for approval.
Cleared, yay. Right, this is umbilical. Say, I totally accept the present challenging situation.
I totally accept the present challenging situation.
Free of fear.
Free of fear.
I am grateful for the growth this challenge offers me.
I am grateful for the growth this challenge offers me.
This is umbilically on, yay. All right, and these are all the positive qualities and strengths that we need to handle these issues. Say, I have trust.
I have trust.
Courage.
Courage.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Confidence.
Confidence.
Hope.
Hope.
Belief.
Belief.
Patience.
Patience.
Compassion.
Compassion.
Faith.
Faith.
Acceptance.
Acceptance.
And self-love.
And self-love.
That is a nice strong on. And then we're back to GABA. Say, GABA allows me to feel very calm.
GABA allows me to feel very calm.
And decrease beta brainwaves.
And decrease beta brainwaves.
That is on. Jyoti, thank you for coming. All right. And then we were dealing with the hypothalamus in the limbic brain. Say, I take in light.
I take in light.
And radiate light to every cell.
And radiate light to every cell.
I maintain balance with health.
I maintain balance with health.
By producing peptides of coherence, thought, and emotion.
By producing peptides of coherence, thought, and emotion.
That is on. And then we were checking moved to sound frequency repatterning, and we were checking the disharmonious note of F sharp associated to our problems. Say 369 cycles per second.
369 cycles per second.
Cleared. Okay, that was a little energy yawn that sometimes shows up to just say, hey, big shift there. All right, this next one's umbilical, and it was for our vertebrae. This one is specific to T8, which is the air chakra. Say, I am no good.
I am no good.
Cleared that in unconscious level even. All right. And then we were dealing with the reproductive system and the sexual organs. Say, disharmony in my sexual organs.
Disharmony in my sexual organs.
Relating to my reproductive system.
Relating to my reproductive system.
Clear. So that was the physical aspect of that that disharmonious note. Then we looked at the birth note that was for the group, and this was D sharp. So the non-coherent, say, I don't listen.
I don't listen.
Cleared. The coherence, say, I am in touch with my feelings.
I am in touch with my feelings.
That is on. And then F sharp came up. This is umbilical. Say, I see the opportunity in difficult situations.
I see the opportunity in difficult situations.
That's umbilically on. So that was circling back around to what was the problem note. And then we're going to the octave level. See, we are checking the note of D sharp.
We are checking the note of D sharp.
At its coherent octave range of microwaves.
At its coherent octave range of microwaves.
That is on. Then we were dealing with the delta brainwave, checking it umbilically, say 2 cycles per second.
2 cycles per second.
Umbilically on. And then the planet we're dealing with today is Uranus, the non-coherence. Say, I am prone to watch stopping.
I am prone to watch stopping.
Cleared. All right. And then the coherence. Say, I channel higher I channel higher frequencies of energy.
I channel higher frequencies of energy.
That bring change and breakthroughs for myself and others.
That bring change and breakthroughs for myself and others.
That is on. All right. And then we were dealing with the 6th harmonic, the interval of the 5th. This is umbilical. Say, I change my mental attitude toward healthy self-love.
I change my mental attitude toward healthy self-love.
That is umbilically on. Yay. And our final statement, say, I expand with joy and creativity.
I expand with joy and creativity.
Moving my energy outward into space.
Moving my energy outward into space.
To stimulate growth and positive change.
Like growth and positive change.
To stimulate.
To stimulate growth and positive change.
That is on. All right, that's a pretty powerful final statement. So yay for that. So let me just check. There's something more the group needs. No, this session is complete. So at this stage, I do want to open it up to questions or comments, things you noticed, experienced.
I just want to say thank you. That was really amazing.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for participating and being here. Anything else?
I'll just echo the gratitude. Thank you so much for doing this, Teri.
Thank you. I think you're welcome and thank you. All right. And I just want to go ahead and end by saying that I really appreciate you all joining the Mercury Retrograde Repatterning session today. It's really been wonderful to share this transformative experience with you all. And so let's take just a moment to appreciate Kaylin, who was part of the beginning of all of this with me, and her incredible insights. And if you have any additional gratitudes you want to share, you can put them in the chat. That's all good. And as we have explored the Mercury retrograde through resonance repatterning, we've really had a unique opportunity to harness its magic while avoiding its pitfalls. So yay for us. We all have one habit, belief, or ingrained way of behaving that keeps tripping us up. And it's the one thing that if we could change it, would completely transform our experiences and our results. So what is that habit for you? Actually take a moment and think about that. What might it be? It might even be something that scares us to think about, to name, or to acknowledge. Trust me, I get it. I've been stuck in those same patterns myself. Low self-esteem, perfectionism's my biggie. The fear of putting myself out there. And now with that habit or pattern in mind, take a minute to consider its impact it's having on your life, on your finances, your health, your relationships, your career, or even your overall well-being. So what happens if this pattern continues to hold you back for another week, another month, another year? Imagine the toll that it takes after a decade. What's the cost if you never find a way to change it? That's what ultimately led me to resonance repatterning, because I realized that the cost of staying stuck in these old patterns I had simply too high of a cost. And that is why I'm offering an exclusive time-limited opportunity to have a resonance repatterning session with me, that you can do your work, help heal physical, mental, and emotional issues by retuning your life's energy patterns. Here's what you can actually achieve. Heal from the core. Enhance emotional well-being. Boost self-confidence and overcome self-doubt, reaching your full potential. Improve relationships. Increase vitality. Imagine a life where you feel confident, empowered, and aligned with your true purpose. Just imagine. So I wanted to share this special offers to help you realize your dreams more rapidly and take advantage of the 27 plus years of energy psychology and shamanic astrology experience I have. And you have an opportunity to book a session by visiting womenwhorisk.com/gift. And I want you to know that normally a session's $175, but I'm giving y'all a great discount, $50 off. All you have to do is type in retro when you go to womenwhorisk.com/gift. And that's if you're ready to do deeper work with me. Know that you're getting great benefits from this session, no matter what your choice is. So I want to continue to support you through continued Mercury Retrograde repatterning sessions. So you will hear from me again in about 3 months. And if you want to take the work deeper, know that I'm here for you. womenwhorisk.com/gift. Type in retro to get your Mercury Retrograde participants are the only ones that get this discount. So know that you have a place in my heart that's very dear, and wanted you to know that. Again, opening for any final comments or thoughts. Well, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for helping to hold space for each other. And I know that the work that we do together benefits each of us individually, but benefits the world as well. So go forth, and love and compassion is what came up earlier. So go forth and enjoy and be real gentle with yourselves. Drink lots of water. And if you have questions later, you know, you can email me and I'll try to answer them. But otherwise, I'll see you in about 3 months. Y'all take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, all. Namaste.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Teri.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Teri.
Thank you, everyone. Namaste.